Hi everybody, so we are going to be creating word problems today. So I kind of wanted to try and show my face this way. We're gonna be working on this poster board behind me. It's the only way I can get this to go. So um, creating word problems is a little difficult. In first grade, we tend to give them pictures or equations to work off of. So I've gone ahead and I wrote two equations. We're gonna practice first and then we'll do two from pictures. So let's go ahead and look at number one. So it says 17 minus 4 equals 13. So I'm thinking, I'm gonna use something that I like when I make a word problem. I can make it up from whatever I want. So I'm thinking, what do I love? I love seashells. So I'm gonna pick to talk about seashells in my word problem. So let's think. I have 17 seashells and I'm subtracting, which means what? I'm taking away. So somehow I need to get less. So 17 minus 4 equals 13, and I'm going to end up with 13 left. So if I have 17 seashells, maybe I will give 4 away, because if I give someone something, I'm taking from what I have and getting rid of it, just like subtracting. I have 17, I'm going to give away 4, and I'm going to end up with 13. So I'm going to write, I have 17 seashells. Okay, I got my first number. I'm gonna check it off just so I know. I have 17 seashells. I need to take away, so I'm gonna say, I give, how many? 4. I give 4 away to, who do I give them away to? You have to remember, this is like a story, beginning, middle, and end. I have 17 seashells. I give away 4 to my sister. Remember, and we're asking a question when we do this. You're trying to write a problem for someone else to solve. So I have 17 seashells. I give away 4 to my sister. How many do I have left? How many do I have left? Okay, I got my whole. I took away a part. You are trying to figure out the part. Remember, that question is the most important part, because without it, it wouldn't be a story problem. Okay, I have 17 seashells. I give away 4 to my sister. How many do I have left? We should have 13 left. I'm going to check by doing a picture. So I'm going to draw 17 circles. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I want you to draw a picture to make sure that your problem is correct too when you're doing this. So 17, I'm going to take away 4. So I'm going to cross out 4. There's my 17. I give away 4. Here's the 4 I give away. How many are left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Did I solve the problem? I did. Did I write a problem that made sense? I did. And I solved it to make sure. Okay? All right, let's do another one. So that was subtraction. Let's do addition. How can we make up an addition problem? All right, so I have 11 plus 8 equals 19. So again, I'm trying to think of, it's my problem. I get to do whatever I want. What's 11? What do I like that I'd want more of? I'm gonna think. I'm gonna choose flowers. So remember, you do not have to actually draw flowers every time. You can if you want. Feel free to, because you have time at home. Normally in class, I say just to draw circles or squares or an easy shape that's quick, because usually we don't have very much time. So 11 plus 8 equals 19. So I'm thinking, what's my problem? I need to get more of it. So I'm adding, I need more. So someone's gonna have to give me something. I'm gonna have to find it or make it. So if I'm talking flowers, I'm gonna say, I'm gonna make up a story. It's not gonna be me. So I'm gonna pick Ashley can be her name. Ashley picked how many? 11. 11 flowers. Okay, now I need to add 8. She needs to get 8 more. So how is she gonna get 8 more? I'm gonna say Lisa gave Ashley, how many does she need to give her? 8. Lisa gave Ashley 8 more flowers. How many? Flowers does Ashley have now? Remember, it's solving for the whole. I know that because I see 11 plus 8 equals 19. That's a part, and a whole. I know it's the whole because it's biggest. So that's why I'm going to ask for to add them together. Ashley picked 11 flowers. Lisa gave Ashley 8 more flowers. How many flowers does Ashley have now? So she had 11. She gets 8 more. How many does she have now? She should have 19. Let's draw it to figure it out. So I'm going to draw the 11 she had. Here is 11 that she had. She gets 8 more. I'm going to pick a different color to show it. We're going to add 8 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right. When we add all this up, it should be 19. So I know this is 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. Did I solve it correctly? Sure did. Did I create a story problem that shows this? I sure did. She picked 11 flowers, gave Ashley 8 more. We're adding. How many does she have now? That's what you're answering for. 11 plus 8 equals 19. Okay? All right. I'm going to pause real quick while I draw a picture. Alrighty, so I've drawn 2 pictures to the best of my ability. So let's look at the first one, number 3. So I have 2 plates of cookies. That's all I have. All I have is that one picture. So what I have to figure out is a word problem or story problem that makes sense for this picture of I see 2 plates of cookies. Okay? So if I see 2 plates of cookies, I don't see anything crossed out or anything like that. I'm thinking that it's going to be a joining problem that I'm going to probably be adding. Okay, so if I see 1 plate and then 2 plates, I know I'm probably going to have my part and my part. Okay, of course there are other ways that you can do it. Make sure sometimes I ask for an addition or I ask for subtraction. So you want to go along with whatever it's asking for. This one I just have a picture. So what I'm going to do is I have to figure out my 2 parts right now. So I have, let's see how many cookies I have on 1 plate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I have 11 cookies on 1 plate and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on another. Okay, and I wrote that just so I don't have to keep counting. I wrote the number in the just small underneath of it. So now I need to come up with a problem that makes sense for 2 plates of cookies, 11 and 5. And I'm thinking I'm gonna add. I'm gonna want to add. So cookies, and we got 2 plates. So I could say, I could make up a person, Bob. Bob has, how many can Bob have? 11. Has 11 cookies on his Okay, so I got one part. Now I need the other part, 5. And I'm gonna say Jeff has 5 cookies on his plate. If I'm adding, what can I ask to add these two parts together to find a whole? I can say, how many do they have all together? How many cookies do Jeff and Bob have? That's gonna be my question. That's what you're gonna have to find out. How many cookies do Bob and Jeff have? Okay, got my picture, I've got my word sentence. Now we got to do our number sentence to make sure it makes sense. So I have my part, 11. What am I doing? I'm adding 5 because I want to find out how many they have together. So I'm adding Bob and Jeff's together, 11 plus 5. And what does that equal? 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, want to make sure it makes sense. I've counted that way. I can count on 11. I'm going to count on 5, right? 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So that is the right answer. So Bob has 11 cookies on his plate. Jeff has 5 cookies on his plate. How many cookies do Bob and Jeff have? 11 plus 5, 16 cookies. So the answer would be 16 cookies. Okay. All right, the last one is a little messy. Let me bring you a little closer. So we have a flower and we have some bees, and I can see that the bees are X'd out. Some of them are X'd out. So if we see that some are X'd out, what does that mean? We are probably going to be subtracting. So I want to do a subtraction one. So this one's a little trickier because you really have to look at that picture. I'm gonna put that up there. All right, you really have to look at that picture. So I see bees are all around the flower. Some have been marked out. Kind of looks like maybe they flew away by this little marking. So I'm thinking bees flew away from a flower. Okay, first I have to know how many there were. So I'm gonna have to count even the X'd out ones too, all the bees that were here. So let's see, there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there are 9 bees. And let's see how many left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm gonna write 6 leave. And I just like to write little notes for me, just so I don't have to keep going back and counting. If I go ahead and write 9 in all, 6 leave, I can look back at that real quick instead of going having to go back and count. So now I'm going to create my question. So, okay, there were 9 bees. We know 6 leave. Right there, just from doing that, I already have most of my word problem. So we could say 9 bees were on a flower. I can see that from the picture. 6 bees did what? We could say 6 bees left. You could also say how many are there? 3 bees are left. That could be a different one that you did. I'm going to say 6 bees left the flower. What are we trying to figure out? How many are left? So, how many bees are left on the flower? Okay, so there were 9 bees in all. Check. We knew that. 6 leave. Check. That's one way to do it. There could be others. And then how many are left on the flower? So we had 9. If 6 leave, are we adding or subtracting? Subtracting. So we take away the 6. How many are left? 9. count back 6, okay? 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Sorry, I did it a different way, but I have 6 fingers up, so I counted back 6 and I got to 3. 9 minus 6 is 3. If I look at my picture, I had 9, 6 are crossed out. How many are left? 1, 2, 3. Okay. You could also draw all 9 circles again, cross out 6. You should have 3 left. So what's the answer? How many bees are left on the flower? 1, 2, 3. 3 bees are left. Okay? All right. So today we practice using number sentences or equations to create a problem. We used a picture to create a problem. Okay? Addition and subtraction. And remember, you could have done a whole different problem than me. And that's okay. That's the whole point of practicing this so much, is because everyone thinks differently. Everyone can do a different problem. It just has to use the same numbers and make sense. This had crossed out bees. That means bees went away. We're subtracting. This one had 2 plates. You could have really done addition or subtraction for this one. The crossing out really tells us subtraction. Here, remember, you have to solve for the difference or the sum. So whatever the equal is what you have to do. So we had a whole, took away a part, found another part. We had 2 parts, found the whole. Okay, so that's what you have to make sure you're doing when you are given either an equation or a picture. Make sure it makes sense. You show all the steps. Make sure your problem has that question, because that's the whole point. You're creating this for someone else to solve. Okay? Alrighty, I hope this helps, and I can't wait to see your work tomorrow. And if you want to respond by creating your own word problem, or maybe someone at home can create one and you solve it, I would love that. All right, I will see you next time.